Hey, it's Berta J, and you're back in my kitchen with me today to make a really labor-intensive recipe, but it is worth it. It's really good. I call it a meal-in-a-muffin, and it has been adapted from PCRM's kale mini quiches. I did a few changes, but basically it's the same. I'll put the link below so you can see it, okay? If you want to do it that way. The first thing that you do is you take 2 cups of like your favorite vegetables. I used a red cabbage, Vidalia onion, red onion, broccoli, peppers, and mushrooms. So you're going to cook your vegetables in your either a saucepan or your fry pan. This one has a high side, so you decide. But anyway, you're going to need 2/3 of a cup of liquid, and the liquid I used was 1/3 of a cup of veggie broth plus 1/3 of a cup of water. You can use 2/3 of a cup of water or 2/3 of a cup of your veggie broth. Okay, so you put that in the pan, you bring it to the boil, and then you dump in your chopped vegetables, and you cook them for about 3 to 5 minutes. I did 4 minutes, and that works well. And until they get a little tender, not real mushy. And after you cook those 2 cups, you add 1 whole cup of green leafy vegetables. Now I used kale, but you could use spinach, you could use collards, you could use another leafy vegetable that you like. And I put that in and then cooked for another 2 minutes until all the water is absorbed. Once that happens, this is what you have. See, all the water's gone, and I used 2/3 of a cup in this cast iron pan. Set that aside, okay? Now we're gonna make the batter. You put in a cup of chickpea flour into the bowl. I want y'all to know I don't usually use a clear bowl. I just like using a clear bowl so that you guys can see what I'm mixing up and how it looks. I use 3/4 of a cup of baking powder that goes in. And I mix that up really well, okay? Then after I mix that up, I add all my spices. Now this is where the labor comes in. There's a lot of little spices that you put in here, but it's really worth it. 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Okay, so a teaspoon of parsley flakes and 1/2 teaspoon of basil. That goes in. Get it all. Then you have black salt. Now I don't know if you guys know about black salt, but black salt will make, to vegan and whole food plant-based cooking, it gives it an eggy taste. So I added some black salt, and it was 1/4 of a teaspoon, and then I put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika. Italian spices, if that's what you want to call it, Italian seasoning, whichever one you want to call it, and I kind of mixed them up here together. But what you need is 1/2 teaspoon of Italian spices and 1/4 teaspoon of chives. That goes in. I told you there was a lot of stuff. Okay, because a lot of those vegetables are cruciferous, I always put in, I'm trying to remember this all the time, you remember it too. If you look at my cruciferous vegetable video, I tell you in there that if you will add some ground mustard seeds to your cruciferous vegetables, they get into your cells and do what they're supposed to do, which is a lot of stuff. Look at the video, you'll see. So I'm putting in some ground mustard, and I'm doing a pinch of ground mustard and a pinch of garlic powder, and because I wanted a little bit of a kick, I'm doing a smidgen of cayenne pepper, okay? Now stir this up again, because this is all the dry stuff, and that's what it looks like, kind of with green things all through it. You're going to take 3/4 of a cup of plant milk, and to that add a tablespoon of prepared mustard, whatever your favorite is. Dijon mustard is good. You can use yellow mustard, but if you like the taste of a particular mustard, put that in there. I used Dijon mustard and a little yellow mustard. You know I had to mix, right? And you want to stir that up back and forth. Okay, and then you're going to add it to all of those dry ingredients. Get it all. I like to scrape out every little drop because every little drop helps. Now when you're done with that, you're going to stir that up and you're going to make a batter. Okay, now here's where all the vegetables come in. You're going to take them and you're going to put them all into your batter. Get out every single piece that you can scrape off the sides. When you get everything out, this is what your pan should look like. Now, what I didn't tell you, which I should have, I didn't tell you that you need to preheat your oven to 450. And you're gonna, after you make this into a batter, you're gonna put it into your muffin tins. And now, because I don't use oil, I just put the little muffin papers in here. But you're gonna stir this up. I didn't tell you this, but preheat your oven to 450 degrees. And then after 10 minutes, we're gonna turn it down to 425 and just let the tops brown for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we'll take it out, okay? So. I'm going to put them in the oven now at 450 for 10 minutes, okay? I just took these out of the oven, 450 for 10 minutes. And then I did 425 for 5, just to give it a little brownness. And they're not real big. So that's one. Nope, I think it tastes good. Let me try it. Why am I always eating stuff hot? I have tried this before. If you want it a little drier, just leave it in. Do 10 minutes and maybe do another, instead of 5 like I did, you want a little bit more dry, do it for like 7 or 8 minutes. But it's very good. It reminds me of my chickpea omelet. Same kind of taste, but a little bit different because there's so many vegetables in it. I'm just gonna eat another piece. It's pretty labor intensive. There's a lot of work to do, chopping and all that stuff, but I think it's worth it. I think if you had 2, well, I don't want you to be a pig, but if you had 2 or 3, let's see, there's 12. So there'd be 4 servings, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. But drink a cup of water, have your tea, maybe have another little side of vegetable. It's really good. I mean, it's something different, but it's really very lovely. I'm eyeing that second little piece. Maybe I should eat that too, but I won't. I won't on camera. I'll wait until we finish. Anyway, we're done. And don't forget to do your favorite things. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and click on the bell so that every time a new video is uploaded, you will get the notification. And I want to thank you guys for being so kind. The other day, I don't know when this is going to air, but when we were having some difficulty getting a video up, and you guys were so kind. You sent me such wonderful messages, and I really appreciate it. Evan said I have the best. I have some of the best people. And I know that. I know I do. Thank you very much. And again, you people who aren't subscribed, don't you forget to subscribe to me. Okay? Thank you. Bye for now.